Today, I want you to pause and simply notice where you are in your life. Not just physically, not just emotionally, but spiritually, mentally, and intentionally. Because every so often, we need a moment like this. A moment to step back and look at ourselves with honesty, compassion, and clarity. There comes a day when you realize that the person you become isn't written in the stars, isn't controlled by chance, and isn't determined by circumstances. It's shaped deliberately by the decisions you make, the habits you form, and the thoughts you allow to guide your life. Today can be one of those days. The day you choose to see yourself differently, the day you decide to grow, the day you begin again. There is a moment in every person's life when something becomes clear. You're not who you used to be, and you're not yet who you can become. You exist in the space between, and that space is sacred. That space is possibility. Self-realization begins with awareness. Awareness of your strengths, awareness of your weaknesses, awareness of the thoughts that lift you and the ones that limit you. Jim Rohn always said, "For things to change, you have to change." Wayne Dyer taught, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Both men were pointing to the same truth. Your life is shaped from the inside out. Your outer world is a mirror of your inner world. So ask yourself, what do I truly believe about myself? What do I think I deserve? What do I expect from my own effort? Self-realization isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were meant to be. One of the rarest forms of courage is the courage to look at yourself honestly, not with judgment, not with guilt, but with clarity. Where am I falling short? Where am I making excuses? Where am I avoiding responsibility? Where am I limiting my own growth? And also, where am I improving? Where am I getting stronger? Where am I becoming wiser? Honesty opens the door to transformation. You cannot improve from a false version of yourself. You cannot grow from denial. Jim Rohn famously said, "If you will change, everything will change for you." But change doesn't happen by accident. Change begins with honesty, and honesty begins with awareness. There is tremendous power in taking full responsibility for your life. Not blame, not guilt, not self-criticism. Responsibility. Responsibility says, I am the author of my life. I write the script, I decide the direction. When you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for conditions to improve. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone to come save you. Jim Rohn said, "You cannot hire someone else to do your push-ups for you." Life doesn't respond to wishes, it responds to effort, to intention, to consistent personal responsibility. And when you accept this, everything changes. Wayne Dyer often reminded us that the most important decision you make each day is the quality of your thoughts. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers, or you can grow weeds. If you nourish thoughts of fear, you create a fearful life. If you nourish thoughts of gratitude, you create a life filled with blessings. If you nourish thoughts of possibility, you begin to attract opportunity. Your thoughts shape your vibration, and your vibration shapes your direction. Your life follows your thinking, whether you're aware of it or not. So choose your thoughts deliberately, choose them with intention, choose them with the understanding that they create your reality. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. It's not punishment, it's alignment. It's choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term comfort. Jim Rohn taught that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, and failure, just a few small errors in judgment repeated over time. Your habits today are building your future. Your routines today are shaping your destiny. So ask yourself, what habits does the best version of me practice? What routines does my future self live by? What discipline must I embrace to become the person I'm capable of being? Small habits, consistently repeated, become major transformation. Just as a snake sheds its skin, you too must release the version of yourself that no longer fits. Let go of the old beliefs. Let go of the old stories. Let go of the old limitations. Transformation requires release. You cannot carry your old identity into your new future. Wayne Dyer said, "You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are." If you want a better life, become a better you. If you want more love, become more loving. If you want success, become disciplined, focused, and intentional. Your new life will cost you your old one, and the trade is worth it. There is a force in the universe that responds powerfully to gratitude. When you appreciate what you have, you create space for more. When you align with purpose, life begins to flow. When your actions match your values, you stop feeling lost. Gratitude opens the heart. Purpose directs the mind. Alignment transforms your life. Every day, remind yourself, I am exactly where I need to be to take the next step. Purpose doesn't appear all at once. It reveals itself through action, through curiosity, through willingness. Trust the unfolding. Being a better person doesn't mean being perfect. It means being present, being kind, being responsible, being self-aware, being someone your future self would be proud of. Improve your character and your circumstances will follow. Improve your patience and your stress will lessen. Improve your generosity and abundance will find you. Improve your discipline and success becomes inevitable. A better life begins with a better you. There comes a moment in life when you decide, not hope, not wish, not try, decide. Decide to rise, decide to grow, decide to discipline your mind and elevate your standards. Jim Rohn said, "Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change." Wayne Dyer said, "You're only one thought away from a new life." Decisions create turning points. Today can be one of them. As you listen right now, a new version of you is emerging. A version that takes responsibility. A version that chooses discipline. A version that thinks deliberately. A version that speaks with intention. A version that acts from clarity, not fear. You're becoming someone who understands their own power. Someone who knows the future is shaped by the choices you make today, and that's what makes this moment special. You're not waiting for your life to change. You're changing from within. So pause, take a breath, and let this settle into your spirit. You're capable of becoming someone extraordinary, not because you're lucky, not because the stars align, but because you're willing to grow, to learn, to improve, to take responsibility, to choose your thoughts, and to act with intention. This is your life, your canvas, your story. Paint it with purpose, live it with clarity, shape it with discipline, honor it with gratitude. And remember, the person you become is far more important than anything you achieve. This is your moment. Choose who you will be.